Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Podcast Desu. Number 19 now. Yes, it's getting on. It's almost at episode 20. That's actually quite amazing. But we got a special episode here. We're talking about Beyooooonds. Special shout to Mr. Mori or Sean for this one, because he's the man, the myth, the legend that really kind of put this one together. I took a very much a backseat approach to this one. While he organised and did the guests and stuff as well. So thank you for that, my man. And yeah, we've got beautiful guests today, all talking about Beyonds and their experiences, going to gigs with the bands, the fandom, being fans, and just everything else associated with them, which is going to be a really, really cool, chilled episode today. So we'll start off with, as many people know him as Mori, but Sean, and then we'll go around and just introduce everybody. So welcome, guys, welcome.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm from Australia. You may know me better as Mori Sensei is God. Mori Sensei, of course, from Sakura Gakuen. I live down in Melbourne, Australia. So it's a nice day today. The weather's nice, but it's spring, so that means the weather is bipolar at this time of year. You never know what you're going to get.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm calling from Singapore. It's always sunny in Singapore. It's the same weather, 365 days. Actually, I just moved back here in Singapore 2 months ago. So before that, I was in the US, America, where I live pretty close to our next guest, Chloe. So yeah, hi. We have really what's that called? International panel today. All of us. They're from everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Chloe. I'm calling from USA, specifically California, but I do spend a lot of time in between California and Vietnam. So, very very global panel today. We're everywhere, all over the place. But yeah, I love Beyonds. 5 years. So been a really, really crazy ride, but happy to talk about it with you guys today.
Yeah, I thank you guys. Thank you so much. So there you go. There's everybody's guests. I love how like all three of them are from like calling from like really really lovely sunny places, and I'm in the UK where it's just wet and rain.
Well, if we'd done this earlier, in the week, it would have been pissing down with rain here. So I would have been the one complaining.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll go around again, and just as you guys have just introduced yourself. But how did you guys kind of like when did you discover Beyonds, and when was the moment you could say that all of you became fans of the band?
So yeah, I'll go first. So I discovered them in January 2021. I was randomly browsing some idol blog, looking up something about some other idol group. And on the sidebar, I saw an article that said, hot take, Beyonds goes one step beyond idol metal. And seeing as I was originally from the Baby Metal Sakura Gakuen side of the fandom, like Neon, I was, of course, interested. So some more, what do you mean beyond idol metal? Baby Metal has done it all. What could this one possibly be? So I clicked it, and I watched the video for Atsui. Yeah, as you can tell, I was very entertained, was very surprised, very. I was laughing at what the mid song skits. What the hell is going on? So I had to check out their channel. What on earth was this all this about? And soon enough, I'd watched their first ever concert, and I was blown away. That's how it all started.
Nice.
It's been 2.5 years now, so it's been a good ride.
Nice. Did you find it out from the article from was it Sora News 24? I think probably
No, it wasn't.
that's on a website that
It was
okay.
It was a website called Homicidals.
That's a very interesting site.
Oh, I think I've seen that article before.
Yeah, and they had another article about Beyonds about Go Waste. And it had all these references to Taco Bell's Canon and, of course, Go West by the Village People and Pet Shop Boys, who also covered it. So I went to click that, and of course I watched the video presented like an infomercial. I'm a bit of an infomercial buff. I was back in 2010, 11, 12. I used to act out infomercials with my sister as well. Yeah, so I watched that and was very, as you can imagine, I was very entertained.
Nice. Yeah, so
I was just
I'll go
smiling
next.
thinking about it. Yeah, your turn.
Yeah.
I think I said enough.
So I've been a fan of Hello Project for more than a decade now, and for those who might not know, Hello Project has been a big part of the Japanese idol scene since its launch in 1998. They have some notable groups like Morning Musume, Juice, and Anjurumu. Anyway, back in 2018, I was watching the Hello Project concert. That's a concert where all the groups come together and perform. And that's when I first encountered Beyonds. At that time, they were introduced as a new group. And although I didn't instantly become a fan, it was at their performance at the Tokyo Idol Festival in 2019 that truly won me over. Because at that time, they only had about 4 songs. But the songs had covered a wide range of genres, including, Atsui, that song that you just mentioned, and also a 70s cover, which is a Go Waste, and a pop song, which is Nippon no DNA. And what truly amazed me at the time was their versatility and their ability to handle, different genre and even technical issues on stage. I'm usually wowed by live performances. How do they handle such issues? In one of the performance, the instrumental track just suddenly got cut out. They were just completely silent. It was muted, but their mic was still on, so they continued singing. And one of the members even started doing live beatboxing to keep the rhythm going. And that kind of like a save, right? Like you're watching football and someone do a save. It was that kind of teamwork, that made me think, yeah, this is the group I want to follow. That's it. That's how I got into it. Yeah, that's from me.
Yeah, I really love that that TIF episode. It's just like, it's really inspiring to see how they work together. But for me, I've been a fan for not as long, I would say. Well, I mean, of Hello Project, because the first group I liked within Hello Project was Juice, and then I followed them for a while. I think it might be I might be nearing a decade for that group, but I followed them for a while, and then my favorite member announced her graduation, and then suddenly I was at a huge loss for what to do, extremely depressed. And then one day my sister showed me a video of Shimakura Rika-chan, she's like my current favorite member of Beyonds, by the way, and she was singing a Juice song solo, and then everything after that was history. So for me and Beyonds, it's been maybe the full 5 years since the major debut, and then a few months from the trainee period. So yeah, I really, really fell in love with them that summer I discovered them, because when they first debuted, they had such a unique charm that I don't think I've ever seen before in an idol group. And it's like that aspect that really made me fall for them was similarly to what Iris said, how well they work together. Because they're really professional in the way that they can solve issues in the heat of the moment. But also, when you look at them backstage, they have this sense of togetherness. Like, they've totally abandoned the whole social hierarchy that they've always been working with during their trainee period. And you can see how hard that they were working together to change the whole idol industry, and that is what drew me in. I really wanted them to succeed, and I really just looked at them and I was like, I want these girls to take over the world. So, yeah,
That is
5
the dream.
years. That is the dream.
So that was great. Thank you guys. All the intros are absolutely amazing. When you obviously became fans of Beyonds, they kind of debuted probably at like a rough time in human history with COVID and all that coming along. Did that impact you in any way? Did it make you more anticipate to see them a little bit more when after that had all blown away, or was it hard to try and get into them? Because when they, like you said, when they first released, they didn't have a lot to start off with. It seems to be a thing over there where they seem to make the idol groups and push them out before they've even really had studio anything to release. You kind of know about the members a lot before the songs kind of really are out there, which is completely different to how the West does it, where you don't really know about a band until the album's out, and then they do the promotion usually after that. So did COVID have an impact on how you kind of enjoyed them when you first started?
I would say, as a veteran of the Beyond's COVID, it was probably what I would declare as the beginning of just probably the worst time possible, because how Beyond's actually started was that they were on fire that summer because they were hitting festivals, and then they were really their debut was absolutely phenomenal, and people were like so shocked because they were like, what kind of idol group is this, so they had so much interest going for them, and then COVID hit, and it was just radio silence for a year, and they did not release anything, and they were not doing anything because I think the company was absolutely not equipped for the situation, which was really sad to see them lose all of that momentum. But I would say that during this era, the members really got together, and they actually started something called Ochidemo Beyond's Gakko, which is, I would translate it as school at home, because it was like this web series that they started.
Yeah.
That they wanted to teach people about their favorite things, what they love, like songs that they love, or about dinosaurs, stuff like that. And they were just really trying hard to gain back their momentum.
Yeah.
Because they had no opportunities during this time, because the company wasn't really helping them out by not giving them any music for a year. And then they also weren't getting any performance opportunities to show off how good they are, because all of the concert halls were closed or half capacity. So it was a really rough time, but they really got it together and they held through. I would say that we still see the effects of what COVID did to Beyonds. Like, none of the members during that time caught COVID, which is really, really great. But you can really see what it did to their momentum and how it affects their popularity to this day. Because realistically, a Hello Project group would be way more popular at this stage, especially at the 5-year stage. But Beyond's right now is like, they're having a really irregular release schedule, and their opportunities to grow are very rare. Yeah.
Does anybody else want to add to that, or that was pretty thorough, to be honest? I think she smashed that out the park.
I'm a veteran, I must say.
They know more about this than me.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but I think I just want to add in a little bit about the Japan being. I think in Japan as a whole, right? The online technology is pretty backward, I feel, So I think COVID really accelerated lots of these online services that weren't available to us before, like online calls or like online streaming services. COVID really pushed this, and despite, yes, a lot of things were affected, all the physical stuff, but the online services, that's the gain from COVID, and I think that is a good thing. There were lots of bad things, but there were some good things too. and because that allow people from overseas to participate, like me, or like someone who have kids like me who can't go to places all the time. It's really great
Yeah.
to be given this kind of services. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting time. Like you said, it's unfortunate that the company, what Chloe said, was unequipped to be able to push stuff out, because we've seen a lot of bands like Bandmade and stuff like that were really thriving in a COVID kind of period, where they were releasing lots of online concerts, things on YouTube and stuff like that. I think it really highlighted which companies were tech savvy and which ones weren't.
Yeah.
Probably at that time. But talking about Beyonds, obviously you're all big fans of Beyonds. I've got to ask, what's your favorite songs, and what's been your favorite performance and gig from Beyonds that you've seen, and just give us a little explanation why that's your favorite.
Okay, well, I think, well, first of all, with performance, I just can't go past the memories I associate with watching watching their concert they did in December 2019. I think it was their first ever solo concert? Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was their first ever solo concert. Yeah, and just being amazed at the structure of it, like having skits based around their songs, or was it songs based around their skits, chicken or egg? Yeah, it was, and I found myself laughing all the time, like, and being amazed at the versatility. Keep in mind, this is the first ever Hello Project concert I watched, and wow, I was amazed. Like, I'd heard of Morning Musume before,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. And with Rio being an Avenger in baby metal and all that, I'd definitely heard some of Morning Musume's music. But yeah, it wasn't until watching Beyonds that I realized, holy shit, maybe they are capable of good stuff.
For me,
Oh no, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Yeah.
for me, I didn't really have like a favorite song until recently, because I just came back from a live concert 2 months ago. So after that live concert, I would say I my favorite is Nippon no DNA. It has the best live experience, I think, because it starts out with this really ear grabbing machine like gun intro that really, once you hear it, you just know what it is. And then it follows by a really cool rap in the beginning, and then the chorus is just so catchy. The chorus, hey everybody, hey yo, it just gets everyone so excited. What's cool is that in the middle of the song, there will be two members confessing something, and the content will change up depending on which concert they're in. So always look out for that. I think that adds a lot of fun and surprising element to it. Yeah, that's my choice.
Yeah, I love Nippon no DNA. It really hypes everybody up, and everybody is super serious about dancing to it too. I think the free copy culture in Beyonds is really strong. But for me personally, my favorite song, because I also recently returned from a Beyonds pilgrimage, but my favorite song has to be Atsui, like how John mentioned earlier. I feel like it's the one song that everybody is waiting to hear at a festival appearance, which are my favorite performances of Beyonds. I think all of like their what's the word? Just their most mind-blowing performances are at festivals. Cuz I don't know, this song is so chaotic. It's got ping pong paddles, leaf blowers, live piano, air guitars, wrestlers. There's just so much going on, and there's so much visual clutter. But even with all of that, it's a really amazing performance because I think it captures one of my favorite qualities of Beyonds, which is how they leave their dignity at the door, and then they get on stage. They do all the funny faces. They do the skits. They sing the really weird lyrics. They do all this fun stuff, and they take it so incredibly seriously, and in Atsui, they really take it to the next level, and they bring everybody in too. So, I don't know. That was just my favorite song to hear when I was seeing them live.
Sorry, I like that. I like that. Well, like I said, you guys all touched on it, and the reason why you three are here is because you've recently all seen Beyonds. I'm.
Oh, actually, that's not true with me, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I thought it was Mori as well. But
One day though.
one day. That's definitely
day.
on my bucket list as well. That's like the
Oh,
bad
we'll
thing.
go together then. We'll go together. Now.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, well, tell us about the experience of seeing Beyond. Then, what was the gigs like for you two, and how did it feel to go and see them? And was it the first time you guys seen them as well?
Yeah, for me it was my first time because I recently came back from the US to Singapore, right? So Thailand was really close. All of a sudden the journey, cut down from like 10 hours to like 2 hours flight. Yes, I'm going. So yeah, I went to the one in Thailand, and they were there to attend a music fest. So their appearances are short. It's not a full concert by themselves. It's just they were guests, and it was just really every time you go to an overseas concert that's not in Japan. For me, it's really exciting to see how the local fans who are not Japanese, show their support to the group, right? Because when you go to Japan, you see all Japanese, or like you go to if you watch any festival, you see how Japanese fans support them. But it's nice to see like different countries how they show the support. Um, in Thailand, the fans actually rented tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks is it's kind of like a little, how do I call it? What are tuk-tuks? Tuk-tuks are like motorcycles, like a tricycle. They call it tricycle to carry passengers. It's their local taxis.
I
So
really,
they
I,
rented
I
this.
really want to ride a tuk-tuk. I'm not gonna lie. That's on my bucket list.
Nice. So they rented this tuk-tuk, and then they at the back of the tuk-tuk there's space for you to display ads, like similar to how buses will have advertisements at the back. So they rented those, and they put the group's banner, to go around the city to show like the group is coming. It's just really nice of the local fans to do that. And the concert itself it's really memorable for me because after the group performed one song, there was suddenly a downpour. There was like raining so hard, like really cats and dogs. And since it was an outdoor stage, it has no roof at all. The outdoor stage has no roof. After one song, the rain came, and then we all of us have to run for cover. First the idol left, and then all the audience left because it was crazy. We run back into the mall. But fortunately, and as a tropical rain, it rains hard, but it stops fast.
Yeah.
So the rain interrupted the show for about, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes. And then after that, we all came back, and they continued the show. That was lucky. So
That's really
I'd say
nice.
their live, yeah, that's just really it's just really nice. And they have to clean off all the water on the floor. It's crazy. I think I have a couple of spare shirts in my bag. I went to the toilet to to change and everything. Oh my God, those days. I would say their live vocals are really, really stable, and their dance moves were really sharp when you get to see them. I was really close to the stage. I would say I was at row number 3.
Yeah.
It's just really close. Um, and because it's the company's, it's the Hello Project 25th anniversary, they actually have a special DJ session featuring some of the Hello Project best hits. And it's really a unique performance because they have never done anything like this before. Just having a pure DJing session, with not your usual routine of singing and dancing, just DJing and just everyone is dancing, the crowd is dancing. It's just really nice. Maybe because this is the post-pandemic times, I feel like the audience were just louder than I remember it. It's just crazy. Yeah. And after the concert, there was also a meet and greet, and that meet and greet event allowed us to interact with the idols up close.
Yeah.
So that event is free for it's open to all the fans who attended the festival. So it's really really nice. It was really really special because they don't do this. Typically, you won't see this in Japan. Like
Yeah.
free meet and greet after the live concert, no way. But they always do this kind of stuff in overseas concerts. They
Yeah.
always, give a lot of special. So if they have an overseas concert, one should always try to go to those. I would recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice. Yeah, I think you're right there. The free meet and greet, definitely not. Definitely not in UK either. It'd be like freaking £800 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's other than the free meet and greet, that you also get a signed poster with your name personalized
Ooh.
by the members, which is really cool.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
that's really nice. And then all the members were just really, really nice, and they're really kind. And I don't know, it was like meeting superheroes. To me, it was like finally I met the people who save me every day from the daily grind. That's so crazy. Right.
Did you panic when you saw them, or was it like, what was the feeling like? Are you used to seeing people like that, and do you tend to get excited, or do you just see them as normal people when you meet them?
Oh, I had stomach ache, I think, for the entire time I was on the queue, right? I was so nervous that my stomach just ached like so badly. I was like, please, not not toilet time now. I gotta see that. I gotta make it, I don't want to faint there. It just gets me every time. I don't know when I'll start seeing them as normal people. Like I do join online calls, so I call
Yeah.
them online. So I've already see them online, right? In video calls, and every time, there's a countdown timer before they appear in the call, and every single time I'm nervous. There was never a time that I'm not nervous. I've done this like more than 10 times. And I'm always, at least an hour early to the call. And what do I do there? I was just like sitting around, like rehearsing my lines. I'll be up, taking a shower, doing my makeup. I don't know. I just do everything before. It's just a very short time to see them, right? But the preparation behind seeing them is really long. Like it could be an hour, but I
Yeah.
think for them performance is the same as well. They're only there for like 25 minutes, right, to perform at a festival. But to make that 25 minutes so memorable for us, they've spent years training to do that. So nah, it's nothing. Me waking up, and how many hours early just to show up for like 30 seconds to make it, make it a great experience for not just myself but also them.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that as well.
Yeah.
And Chloe, what was your experience like? How did it all pan out for you? That you've got a tough act to follow, by the way. There, that was she went really really in depth.
Yeah, because that Thai Japan festival was really iconic. But over on my end, I also went to a festival because I went this summer. I went to see them on 3 separate occasions, which were the Spark Idol Festival, and then I saw them on tour at the Neo Bio Encore, and then I went to see them at a meet and greet event.
Oh,
But
nice.
first with my first time seeing them at the Spark Idol Festival, that was like really incredible. Well, first I didn't realize it would be impossible to get there without a Japanese phone number. Typical Beyonds, or not typical Beyonds things, but typical idol concert things. It's super difficult to access. But in the end, a really really kind fan They really helped me out. And then from there, when I got to the event, I met so many nice Beyonds fans throughout the day. I met a lot of people I already knew from Twitter, and then I met a lot of new friends that I got to talk to and get to know. Yeah, there's this saying that we have in the Beyonds community that one of the members actually, like she created the term, and it's yasashi sekai, which translates to kind world. And I really didn't get it until I was there because everybody was, buying each other food or exchanging information about upcoming events and just giving each other gifts, and to experience that kind of kind world in person was really like it changed my perspective on things forever because everyone is so nice, everyone's so positive, and it was just such a moving experience. But yeah, when Beyonds were about to perform, when I first heard that overture, I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's got that jaw harp boing sound going. It's really goofy. But when I heard it, I thought my soul was going to leave my body. Because I've been hearing this overture over my computer screen, not, in the flesh, and the bass is right in my face and I'm like feeling it. But yeah, um, yeah, so everybody kind of brought me to the front. So I was just right there. And it was so, so much fun because dancing and cheering along with the friends that I made, and then finally being able to confirm with my eyes just how cute these girls are. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, the fans actually, the friends that I made, they made me a sign
Yeah.
to hang over my head, and it said, "Oh, this girl came to see you from America." And then they brought me to a side where my favorite member is usually positioned.
Yeah.
And then for a whole song, we maintained eye contact because me and my favorite member, Rika, I think I've called her about 15 times now. And then I've been blog commenting daily for a few years now, too. So we're pretty familiar with each other. And then, at the online talk event before I went to Japan, I told her that I was going to finally see her. And then we just kind of screamed at each other. So that moment that I got to share with her, sitting in the front row and dancing with her was really just absolutely magical. Because I think halfway through the set, I started crying like crazy. The dam was open. I was ugly crying because it started to finally hit me that this dream of seeing them was, coming true. And because I was in the front, she looked kind of worried. She was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like throwing thumbs up. I was like, "Yes, I am amazing." But during that song, it was only Lonely that was playing. There's this lyric that goes something like, "We will definitely see each other again." And while she was singing it, she was staring straight at me. And then the fans that I was with, they were like hitting my back. They were like, oh my God, Chloe, she's looking at you. She's looking at you. Yeah, and I just kept crying. It was absolutely a magical experience. And you know what? She was right because I did see her again at the meet and greet. And at the meet and greet, I got to meet a little more than half of the members. I got to talk to them. I got to take a few photos with my favorite member. And they did tell me that they did see the sign, and they asked me a lot of questions like, oh my gosh, how did you get here? Thank you so much for coming, stuff like that. And it
Yeah.
was just really, I was feeling that kind world, yasashi sekai. And it's like, this is the Beyonds that I've always been waiting for kind of moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are performance-wise, they are the idol group. Maybe even a little above that. Like, absolutely experience that will change the way you view idols forever. So yeah, definitely go see them. please, with Sean.
High praise, for sure. I was going to say, Sean's sitting here like at the minute, and he's listening to all this, and he's not getting away with this. We're going to ask him some questions.
Oh yes.
We're going to put him on the spot and ask him the hard question. And we're going to
go for it.
And we're going to go. Which Beyond's member is your favorite? I know the girls have already touched on it.
I know that's an easy question.
But
that's an easy question, Neon.
But why? Go on.
Oh, okay. Well, it's actually Shimakura Rika, just the same as Chloe. Don't worry, we don't fight over her. At least not yet.
Of course. Nothing to worry about over here.
I think she might have you beat there, to be honest.
Yeah. It just caught my attention. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. It was when I was like initially scrolling through their Wikipedia page back in 2021, just getting to know them. Like I didn't know who any of them were, but I don't know. She just stood out. She just stood out to me out from the pack.
Mm.
Everything I've seen of her since suggests that I've picked the right. Picked someone. Pick my. Why am I stuttering on my words? Oh.
It's all right, man. Take your time.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I like how she's got many varied interests. Like she's into bugs. She's into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a Showa era music. Yeah, so very different interests. That's what I like about her.
Yeah. Obviously, the girls have touched upon their favourites just a little bit as well. So I'm going to change the question slightly so they can answer it, and go. Why did your favourites stand out so much now compared to the other girls? Was it hard to pick a favourite at first? Did it take time, or did Rika and stuff like that just pop out to you guys from the off?
Well, I would say that with Beyonds, they're kind of unique in that once you get to know one of them, maybe in a week's time, you get to know all of them, kind of like oh, I love Rika, she's so goofy, she's so funny. She also seems to hang out with Kyo no Momohime, who also really likes to goof around. But then, oh no, Momohime is also best friends with Mimi, and I really like seeing their interactions. Kind of like that, you just snowball into liking all of them. They're so close-knit and intertwined that it's kind of really, really hard to pick one. There's so many Beyonds fans that still haven't picked a favorite member, and I'm silently cheering on from the sidelines. You can do it. You can finally pick a member one day. But for me, I've declared my love for Shimakura Rika. And, well, yeah, I would say the one thing that brought me to her was she's cute, but if you really, really pay attention, there is something off about her. She is a bit strange,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's there's something going on over there, but she loves, like what Sean said, loves bugs, loves Marvel, loves all this really weird stuff that you typically don't see, just a unassuming cute girl liking. And she also loves very passionately. And that's what I really appreciate about her, and how she lives her life is so free. But honestly, after a while, it gets really hard to describe how much you like the members, because you start liking them for who they are as a person. Yeah. You just end up being like, oh, I like Rika because she's Rika.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I would say all of them stand out in their very own ways. Like what Chloe mentioned about how certain fans still can't find a favorite because there's just so many good things about them. I could go on and on about why I like Rika as well. Although she's not my Oshi member, my favorite member, I can promote her to anyone. With that, all those things. You give me any member, I can just promote them to you. It's just this good. I like every one of them. Of course, if to pick one, my favorite is Hirai Mio. So she just has this I would say she's like a superhero to me. Like a like before a superhero turns into a superhero, they are just really normal folk. Like like Superman with glasses is just a normal person, but Superman without the glasses is Superman. She's like that to me. If she's not performing, she's like a harmless little baby. But when she's performing, I feel like she can take down the whole world with her. That kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I like her.
It's the gap.
And
Gap. Yeah.
yeah, the gap is so strong. And go look at all 12 members. All of them have their own specialties. Like I mentioned before, someone knows beatboxing, and we are not talking about entry level beatboxing who just do it for fun. These are real skills, and the piano as well. The piano are just not someone who just took some beginner
Yeah.
class and then play a little piano. It's real serious piano. Like
Yeah, that's
going to a recital and watching them. Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
I guess that's another thing that drew me into Beyonds is like I've
Yeah.
played piano myself to quite a high level, and to see
Yeah.
Kobayashi Honoka, who's the resident pianist
Yeah.
in Beyond, seeing her do her thing on stage, that's something I can definitely admire. She's one of my favorites as well. She is also insanely talented, not just at piano, but at drawing and pretty much everything else you can name.
Is there any girls, or is there any girl that you would say particularly maybe is slightly underrated compared to the rest?
Ooh, that is a good question. Like, would you say in the Japanese side of things or the overseas side of things? Because it's a different answer for both.
Give me both answers. Why not?
Both answers. In Japan, I would say it's Maeda Kokoro. She's I don't know if you've seen the video, but she's the one with the glasses. That's the glasses boy. You would think that she would be more popular, but I don't really get why people don't like her more. Like, sure, she is gaining popularity right now because of how stunning her visuals are. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably a cultural thing. But over on the overseas end, a part of me would say Momohime. Momohime is the girlfriend in the Megane no Otokonoko video. She's the main announcer, and for some reason, I don't know, she doesn't have a lot of fans here. She's super talented. She does the pro beatboxing. She knows how to use a talk box, and she really knows her way around that thing. And she's really funny, and she's like, a young teen. So I feel like she would typically get a lot of fans, but for some reason, I don't know what's not clicking. She also really likes to engage with the overseas audience too. So
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know.
super friendly in terms of like engaging with people, on the fans and everything. I would say she's number one in terms of engaging with fans.
Yeah,
I read a story.
I read a story on her too.
Yeah, I read a story on Twitter where one of the Japanese Beyonds fan was at the train station, and he or she thought they saw Momohime at the station, and Momohime waved to them, and I thought that was very nice. Yeah, she's very nice girl.
Because typically they're not allowed to do that kind of thing, like acknowledge their fans in public. That's like, I think there's like a rule against that, but she's just so kind. Like, I had the chance to talk to her over the summer, and every time I saw her, she was all smiles because she recognized me from the concert. So she was like, "Oh my God, it's the American girl. Hello, what's your name?" That kind of thing. It was just a lot of yelling, actually, a lot of like happy yelling at each other, but I totally fell in love that day. Yeah, she is so considerate, so kind.
Yeah, when it was raining really hard on stage in Thailand, the girls actually had. I mean, the staff brought out umbrellas for them because they think we may be able to continue with the small rain. So she came out to us. She actually walked really close to the stage and asked us, if we are okay, if we are fine, they're like, yeah, we're fine, we're okay getting rain on. And she was so worried for us. It was just really nice gesture for her to walk out towards us and ask us if we are okay.
That's so cool. So you guys are all big fans of Beyonds and stuff like that. Seen concerts and obviously interacted with the fan base and stuff there. How sort of deep does your love go a little bit? Like, what else do you do? Do you interact with like certain fan bases as well with Beyonds, or coordinate with other super fans and stuff? Like, how is that experience? Like, just the family of Beyond's fans, like online and obviously when you see them as well. How does that all resonate with you? Is that like a big part of the experience of being a Beyond's fan?
Personally, I would say that the community is a pretty huge part of Beyonds, because Beyonds themselves are very team oriented. So when you become a Beyonds fan, you are a part of a team, Like there might not be a lot of us all around the world because we're generally pretty scattered around, but I think we're all really intertwined in the way that we are just one team. Nobody is trying to overpower each other. There's no competition, even though sometimes it does seem like that, but there's really, no fighting over things. Because I've made some like really amazing friends here, like you guys, Sean, Iris. I don't really know what I would do without you guys, because like it's one thing to enjoy Beyonds, but it's a whole other thing to enjoy it alongside kind people. Like I feel like yeah, that's the whole message of Beyonds, because everything about them is about being a team. So I feel like it's a little more difficult to enjoy Beyonds without a team alongside you,
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I found you guys and to talk about Beyonds with, because I don't know anyone else that knows them apart from the ones I've told them about who I've told about Beyonds. Yeah.
I'm not even part of this little circle, and I'm feeling all giddy and blushing and stuff like that. That's so
sweet. You're welcome to join anytime, Neil.
Join us. One of us.
Oh, it's just a sweet moment. I like that. In the terms of like Beyond in like the broader context of like obviously the Japanese idol culture and stuff like that, what impact do you reckon Beyond has had on like the industry as a whole?
Oh, that's a tough one to answer. It's because it's a hard thing to measure, because there are so many groups. It takes, I don't know what it's going to take to make any sort of impact nowadays.
Is that just because you feel like there's too many groups, or there's
I don't know. I don't know. And even if I don't know how to answer that one. That's the one question I struggle to answer.
Yeah, that is a really difficult thing to quantify. I would
maybe we could say something for how they've impacted Hello Project, if anything.
Right.
I think. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there before Beyond, but it's just something new. I think because I remember when they first debuted, everyone was going, "What the hell is this?" Now it's just expected that they'll do skits and piano and leaf blowers and all sorts of crazy things on the stage. So I think in that respect, it's changed. It's made more things. They've made more things possible. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really sure how else to answer that.
Yeah, I think I would say, as someone who's kind of been in the Hello Project area for a while, but maybe also to connect it to the idol industry as a whole, because to look at it through recent events, they've been getting invited to more and more festivals, events, places, and it's really like great to see them be able to expand and go to places that they've never been able to go before. like Thailand, but it's also going to show that with their popularity, that people are becoming more open to their brand. Because at first people were so put off by how silly this is, because why are they doing a skit in the middle of the song? Oh, they talk so much. What's going on? Why is there air guitars? You know, what are the leaf blowers for? But yeah, they were just so put off, but they're starting to get really popular. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really say really popular, but really popular within the idol world.
Yeah.
And I think that means really good things for the industry on the creative end, because the industry is starting to see that creativity, whatever's like really weird, whatever's out there, investment into trying new things
Yeah.
really pays off, you know?
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the way that you explained it. Reminds me a little bit of Baby Metal when they first came onto the scene a little bit, where there was very much pushback from like the metal industry, and everybody kind of looked at them and were like, "What is this?" And they thought it was a bit of a gimmick, and it took them. I think it felt like it took them a couple of years, 2-3 years, until people started to be like, oh, "Okay, they're serious about this." A little bit.
That's I can definitely vouch for that too. Like being on both sides and coming from Baby Metal originally, when I first saw the Beyond's concert, it did, and the way they carried the law, trademark law, about the boy with glasses, from the moment they debuted, or maybe even before that, it's still going on. There are still stories to be written about the boy in glasses. I don't know if they'll ever come back to it, but there's definitely potential for more stories. And the way they stuck with that is something I can definitely admire. Similar to how, albeit very different from how Baby Metal handles their law. So seeing the two groups, how both of them handle law, it's been really fascinating to me.
Yeah, I think it's that when it's new, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead with the lore.
The lore. But speaking of the lore, I don't want to reveal too much because I've seen the Neobio encore concert, but because it hasn't been released yet, so I don't want to spoil too much. But the lore does continue. It does go on.
Oh, it does continue.
I love that. She's like, it does continue.
It does continue. There's more.
There's more. That's one way to keep us all hooked. So for sure. That's me now. Like, okay, well, as soon as that drops, I'm gonna have to react to that. So you've sold me.
I was just going to add in something really short about how you were saying like how Baby Metal when they first came out and nobody could take this seriously, but seeing how serious they are in this thing just gets you into it too. And I think Beyonce is just like that. When they are new, you're like, there's no way I'm gonna take this group so seriously. But they take their craft so seriously. You're like, props to that. I like what you're doing, and I'll keep watching you guys.
Yeah. I mean, everything that you guys have said about Beyond's like kind of really, really warms my heart as well, and hopefully that those of everybody watching. But as fans, what are your, I don't want to say expectations, but maybe what's maybe your hopes for the future for Beyond's moving forward? Where can you see them in another 2-3 years' time?
Well, this is interesting. Well, it's hard to tell, because I
mean, if I knew the answer, I wouldn't be asking you.
Yeah, it's interesting because they've been around for about five or so years now, and there have been zero changes to the group since the start, which is very, very rare for a Hello Project group. 5 years in, so whether anyone will leave or join, or if they're just going to stay, who knows how much longer they're going to be around for. So, and I can't answer that. Normally, a trend that we usually see within Hello Project is they graduate from the group usually around 25, 26. That's the general trend. But and there are some members approaching that age. But it's not unheard of for. But it's not unheard of for if one member graduates, then they all just jump ship, and because they just want to. They don't want to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there have been instances of that in Hello Project. So 2 to 5 years from now, who knows where we'll be. So I think we've just got to enjoy what we have now.
For sure. There is like huge anxiety over that within the fandom, I would say. Because we've got Ichan, we've got Kurumin that are nearing that age because of the whole 25-year-old rule. It's absolutely terrifying because within the next 2-3 years, can't really say what's going to happen, especially with the whole release schedule thing. That's definitely a part of my hopes for the future of Beyonds. We are averaging around 1 to 2 musical releases a year, which is really slow, incredibly slow compared to other Hello Project groups. So new fans are really hard to come by. But, while on the other hand, there are also fans that can't take the slow release schedule and they jump to other groups, which is like, it's totally fair. But the new fans that do come in, they definitely, they come in really strong, really, fire in their eyes. So it would be really nice to see more opportunities, to see the group grow.
I think one thing Neon probably doesn't know about is that every year since their debut, they've done a stage play. So there's one coming up, in fact, and it looks very exciting.
Next week.
So they do get to do one of those every year. And the funny thing is, every other Hello Project group used to do them, but ever since Beyonds has come in, they don't do them anymore. It's only been Beyonds doing stage plays. So that's something I find a bit weird. Maybe that's what they do instead of another single in the year. But yeah, it's a bit they definitely operate a bit differently to every other Hello Project group.
Hopefully they'll get exemption from the 25 rule then. Hopefully moving forward, because that obviously for many groups in the idol industry, that's common practice. I still find that to this day very, very weird concept to wrap my head around, that they just hit this age and then disappear. I'm just kind of like, oh, really? Why would you do that? But I realize it's not really kind of down to them so much as it is like the industry, and they like to keep it fresh and ever evolving. Which I imagine, like you guys said, must be, as a passionate fan, you must be looking at you must look at that and go, must keep you on edge a bit.
Yeah, it feels like we're going day to day on a time limit, It's a little scary, but we try to not think about it too much.
You don't know until it happens, so we're not. So I personally am not worrying about it till it happens,
Yeah, I've gone to a couple of heartbreaks, so yeah, I'm used to it.
You said before as well, like obviously what makes Beyond's like so unique is obviously their live performances and stuff like that compared to other idol groups and stuff. Is there anything in particular that you would say these girls do or this group does massively different, which is maybe something completely different to your stereotypical idol group? In maybe the terms of their personnel or the terms of the quality of their songwriting?
There are a couple of things. I bet Sean could probably tell you about their main producer, Hoshibe Sho.
Oh yes, I'm a bit of a fan of his. So one of the chief Hello Project songwriters, his name is Hoshibe Sho. He's actually got a YouTube channel where he actually presents music theory and analyzes Hello Project songs. And Beyonds is the first group that he's really he's really taken taken a real interest in. So he's and when you watch his explanations, you can really see how much how much of a team effort this is. Like, it's not just the 12 girls. There's Hoshibe, who's writing the songs. There's Nozara Toru, who's writing the skits, and don't forget all the other people behind the scenes as well. So that's another thing about being a Hello Project fan. You get to know not just the girls, but also you get to if you so wish, you can get to know some of the songwriters as well.
Yeah, that's really, really good. We're coming up to about an hour, so obviously don't want to try and prolong this episode for much longer. That's gone really quickly, by the way. I'm kind of looking at the time and I was like, holy crap, that's gone way too quickly. But is there anything that you guys would like to add? Maybe give like an outro into just why you should, like, for anybody watching this, that why they should get involved in Beyonds and why they should give this group a chance.
Yeah, I guess if you just want a variety of different music styles, it's something different. If you want to see a group using all sorts of props on stage, like using ham cutlets, using leaf blowers. What's the thing where Maito Kokoro gets changed in that song? Quick change. Yeah, that one. In the a cross-dressing contest on stage. Yeah, that blew me away when I first saw it. Yeah, it's just chaos. If you want to see chaos on stage, Beyond is where you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. The chaos on stage, but also the chaos backstage, because the Beyond's members themselves, they really take pride in that each one of the individual members is a very, I don't know what a better word would be other than unique. You know, like, this is a person with so many layers behind them, and there's so much to learn about each and every one of them. And I would say that the relationship that Beyonds have with their fans is a really special thing, and it's a really warm, kind world. So do come our way if you do want to experience that kind of thing.
And I would say that their performances are really top quality. Like, their vocal range is really, really wide for 12 group members. It goes from really low to really, really high. And the production team did a really good job using each and one of them as, I would say, they are a musical instrument themselves, right? I mean, lots of idol songs that you listen to, the usual one, the typical ones that you listen to, most people sing in unison, right? All you can hear is it's a chorus kind of singing, right? All of them singing together. You can't really tell who is singing what, but in Beyonds, you can hear individual voices. You know, there's a song where everyone has a solo line. So yeah, it really it makes the song really flavorful, because, you know, there's 12 different voices in it. You know, it's kind of like listen to 12 different musical instruments plus whatever musical instruments there is at the back already. So it's really exciting to you never get bored listening to the song. You just every time one person sing one line, you'll be like, I'm expecting the other person's line. Just go and listen to them.
Yeah. I think one of the best things I've seen in the Beyonds community is when a whole bunch of Beyonds fans got together and formed a band to play one of their songs. So we had clarinets, flutes, percussion section, trombones, trumpets. Yeah, they all came together to play a few of their songs. And in one of their sessions, Hoshibe has this on his YouTube channel. Actually, Hoshibe personally came down to see them and conduct one of their songs.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so that's how interconnected this community is. the fact that the songwriter himself is willing to come down and see the fans. Wow, I've never heard of that anywhere else.
That's amazing. Oh, there you go, everybody as well watching.
Maybe I can put the link to that video in the description.
Yeah, by all means, if there's any pictures and stuff like that, the girls and Mori are willing to share, then we will put it in the description down below, or any links to any of the videos or concerts that we've been talking about today. I'll make sure to grab them and you can click them in the description down below.
Absolutely.
I want to say a big massive thank you as well to all of you for coming. It's been absolutely amazing hearing your stories. It's been I couldn't stop smiling during this interview, from all of you just making the group sound absolutely amazing and heartfelt and warm, and it's a really, really good experience, and I hope that encourages people that are watching this to go and check them out. And if you've managed to last this long as well on the episode, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this video as well. I would very, very much appreciate it. Helps the channel grow, it helps the podcast grow as well, and also lets me know what kind of subjects and stuff that you guys enjoy listening to as an episode. But I want to say a big thank you to everybody and all my guests, and yeah, you guys have been amazing, so thank you.
Thanks very much, Neon.
And
thank you so much, Neon.
Thank you. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you guys next time for another episode of Podcast Desu. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.